Hey, it's Adriana here, and I'm just giving a couple of my thoughts regarding the reporting on what Trump administration has in mind for their second term. Everyone can talk about Trump, how much they don't like him personally, but he is only as destructive or constructive as the policies that he's able to implement. So I really want to look at some of these policies. Um, the first set of policies has to do with immigration, and I personally think Stephen Miller is a hateful person, just hateful and power mad. And he is the instigator behind Trump's plans for immigration, though I must say that Trump supporters seem rabidly xenophobic. Um, so, one of the things they plan to do is to do mass deportations, and they want to increase by tenfold the number of people deported. So, uh, just looking at that policy, I'm thinking to myself, you know, this could actually be a good thing for Americans. Hear me out. The illegal immigrants that are here are not all on the dole, right? They're actually hardworking people trying to improve the economic station of their family, or they're running from countries where the United States has had a negative influence on the government to where the United States has supported brutal, murderous governments. And now these people are running from these brutal, murderous governments that the United States supported or helped put in place. But regardless of what, they're not all on welfare and food stamps. They are actually working. So if you deport people and you remove them from those jobs, that means that there's going to be a shrinkage in labor. And a shrinkage in labor means higher wages. So that could end up being a good thing, except we are, according to the stats, at very low unemployment right now. In fact, those million workers that we lost during COVID helped spur the labor shortage that helped spur worker power and the unionization drive that we're in at the moment. So where are these replacement workers going to be coming from? This is my question. And I've been thinking about it. I don't believe Trump when he says he's going to maintain Social Security and that he's not going to cut it. Or let me say this, he may not cut it, but I bet people are going to have to work longer, or there's going to be some kind of a, if you're able bodied, work requirement to get Social Security. I think the plan is to deport mass numbers of people, and then turn around and tell people that are 64, oh, guess what? The retirement, or 67, I think, or 65. Oh, guess what? The retirement age is no longer 67, it's 72, 73. And force those people to have to step up to take these jobs that the undocumented workers were doing. So I know a lot of people that are over 80, mostly because of the church I go to. Many of those people, not all, but many, have in-home service providers, people that come in and care for them or help care for them. Some of those people either are living in assisted living or just recently left assisted living because they passed away, or are probably going to end up in assisted living within the next 5 years. And when I go to visit these people in assisted living, you guys, a lot of the staff is not speaking very good English. That does not automatically mean you're an undocumented worker. I'm not trying to be racist, but it probably means that your parents brought you here, um, or your parents are undocumented workers or illegal immigrants, and you were brought here at a young age or even born here. If you get rid of all those people, or if you, the other thing Stephen Miller wants to do, revoke birthright citizenship, and not even all those people. If you go to any assisted living place and you get rid of a third of the Latinos, I'm talking about here in California, who are working there, that place is going to be really short staffed, really, really short staffed. And let me tell you something, lifting people who are 80 and 90, moving those heavy trays around to bring them their meals, these are not 60, like 65 to 72-year-old Latina women that and Black women that I see doing this. These are younger women because it's an actual labor intensive job. You're on your feet 8 hours or how the length of your shift. You're helping people get dressed who are frail. You're helping people bathe. You're helping people go to the bathroom. You're like lifting and pushing trays with the food on it. All of this. You're changing beds. You're doing laundry. You're not sitting at a desk. And I'm not sure if the United States decided that they were going to fill that labor shortage from all those people that they deported by making older people who thought they were going to be able to retire and get on Social Security work longer. I'm not sure those people would be capable of doing the work. Um, illegal, illegal immigrant gardeners, illegal immigrant janitors. That is labor intensive work that I'm not sure that um, plus 65 people who would be pushed into working longer would be capable of doing. So, what that means is with this labor situation that we have right now, you're going to have to pay um, mostly women a lot more money to do those jobs. Why are you going to have to pay women a lot more money to do those jobs? Because after COVID, many, many, many women did not return to the workforce because a third of the child care facilities that closed during COVID did not reopen. And that drove up the cost of childcare or made it unavailable. So these women are staying home taking care of their children because the amount of money they could get working does not cover the cost of childcare, or childcare is just not there. So if you wanted to tap that labor pool of young, childbearing age women who would be capable of doing the jobs that illegal immigrants are doing now, you're going to have to pay them considerably more to cover their childcare. Or you could do that socialist thing of universal pre-K. Just saying. I don't think that's the way Trump is going. So the GOP caters to the business class. They advertise themselves as that. So what are they going to tell business leaders when business leaders are like, I cannot find workers to replace the undocumented ones that you took from me and deported because the wages that I need to offer the women that I know are staying home, and are available to work but need childcare are those wages are gonna cut into my profits. So hey, what's up? The other thing you could do is raise prices, but here's the thing, and I'm harping on assisted living because people over 70 are the largest growing demographic in the United States, and the New York Times and the Washington Post and the LA Times have all done a series of articles, and I'll post some of them in the description in the last 12 months about people aging without family, without kin, and unprepared as far as their savings for being frail, for needing help. It's a time bomb. It's a ticking time bomb. And these are not people who are going to be able to afford to pay more to be in assisted living or to pay more for in-home service providers just because of the bald fact that the labor pool shrunk because we deported all these people, and those replacing them are demanding a higher wage, because they can, and not like they don't deserve it. Don't get me wrong. A, because they can, and B, because they literally cannot step out of their house to go to work unless the amount of money they're getting for work covers the cost of taking care of their children. So just even on this first policy proposal that the Trump administration would try to implement, deporting people, getting rid of birthright citizenship, and cracking down on asylum seekers and caging people who are caught at the border, like literally building prisons to house those people rather than just catch and release. That is going to have an implication on the labor pool. And I'm wondering how that's going to play with the GOP's other constituency, which is business. So, we'll see what happens. All right. Thank you very much for listening. And if you like this, give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe if you want to. If you don't want to, that's fine. I just am going to keep making these videos even if no one watches because I just like expressing myself.